Hi, folks. I know we're back for another episode of Extreme Blood Music. Today we're actually, hold on a second. We're actually going to be back because this is our, like, remember, this is our 7th episode, and I can't tell you at the moment why it's so special, but it's special. Like, oh, like, mm. But yeah, because I'm going to be, as you know, you're probably going, what the fuck is he doing? Um, so I got my hands on a piece of music that's been tried. We're going to look at something that's been trying to be buried and let alone not be talked about in the music community at this time due to legal lawsuits, probably people hating each other and stuff like that. And a lot of good music gets buried out of the public eye and out of like anybody's knowledge unless you somehow come across it in case somebody had it um, at some point or whatever, or somebody somehow got their hands on it and they uploaded it to the internet. But with that being the case, today we are actually going to look at a early 2000s, I'm saying probably about 2003, 2004 release. And I know it won't surprise me. It's probably going to very surprise people on what it is, because yeah, I just caught a glimpse of it. But it's this. It's Josh Todd from Buckcherry with his solo album, You Made Me. A lot of people, like, don't know, I'm pretty sure, aren't well aware of You Made Me. As, you got Josh Todd in the conflict, you have Buckcherry, you have the one spray gun, whatever the fuck it's called, where it's some weird rap thingamajigger from Todd. Not that great. Just Todd and the conflict, not that bad, honest to God. But when it comes to You Made Me, it's different. This was released, I guess, apparently during the breakup of Buckcherry during the early 2000s to almost mid 2000s, and this bad boy release, well, it's not bad of an album. Definitely not your typical Buckcherry sound from the Buckcherry albums at that time. So that's kind of nice. I'm just adjusting this. Don't worry. Um, Digipack. I mean, come on. It's kind of lame. I mean, you got your lyrics, got your CD, got some more lyrics on the inside. But there's been, I guess, I found some info on it, because scrolling through YouTube, you can find this on YouTube as the full album with the 2 bonus tracks from Japan, which is kind of super cool, because you would think that, well, this didn't exist. I'm pretty sure not many people know this fucker exists. Because according to things, there are music videos online for the songs. There's a couple different versions of the music videos. They're under, I don't know who the fuck uploaded them really to hear on YouTube, but they're uploaded as Ed Rock, and then with the song titles from this album, which is really weird. But according to somebody, there is a Lovely Bones acoustic version, and it's live on the band's YouTube page. Okay, pretty cool. Um, but it seems like the manager that did this with Josh Todd, let's see if I can find his name at all. Probably not. Thought I would have his name again. No go. But his name was Todd Meager. So with with Josh Todd and Meager, his agent at the time, I guess a lot of things were exchanged, and yeah, they've been trying to bury this album, I guess, which I don't understand why. Um, um, but I guess their concerts weren't well attended, and and yeah, and yeah, poor promotion and no radio support, which obviously at the time of things, as Josh Todd's album had come out, there was no radio support. Okay, so with them saying that there was no radio support behind this album, it bombed. I totally get it. And I mean, if you look at everything nowadays, everything is radio orientated. It's, things are heavily played and like overplayed and everything else. And I mean, there's a lot, and I mean, there are good songs on this album. You have Mind Infection, Broken, The Walls, Flowers and Cages, Shine, in Circles. Lovely Bones could have probably been a hit. Some of the other songs could have been a hit too, but, again, since apparently there was no radio play, this poor album fell flat on its face. Like, fuck. Like, that sucks. I understand now that there was no, like, actual support behind this album. That bites. Um, so, yeah. So, with that being said, I also heard, let me find some more info on it. Um, that apparently, but there's a whole legal battle. I heard, I heard that there's a big giant legal battle behind it, which isn't cool. And I heard that Josh Todd is not wanting to talk about this album, which sucks. Um, I guess the band's management and at the time, probably Todd Meager and Todd got into a legal battle over this. Understandable with the poor sales of this most likely. And I guess Josh won't even talk about it, which sucks because this is a fantastic, like, early 2000s rock album without a doubt. Like, there are some, I mean, this whole album start to finish isn't that bad, although I wasn't a fan of some of the songs, but jeez, like, damn, man. Like, if Josh Todd did another solo album, I hope that it would either sound like this or try to be the predecessor after this. So, things could work out. So, because I'm going to play some of the stuff that was off that album. This is Mind Infection. This is the first song off the album, Mind Infection. Okay, does sound Buckcherry, but if you possibly go on YouTube and find the live show that's available, you can see that it's better live than it is on CD. All right. Now I'll play you The Walls. Again, Buckcherry sounding, but not entirely Buckcherry. Stupid furnace. But it's total Buckcherry without being Buckcherry, which is nice because you don't have, I guess you can say people trying to rip it apart because it's Buckcherry. It's the Buckcherry name and everything else. Because, here's this one here, Straight Jacket. Again, sort of Buckcherry, but not Buckcherry. If you notice that bass line, you will never hear anything like that in a Buckcherry song. And I like that it seems like it's heavier than it needs to be, which is kind of nice. Definitely a heavier Buckcherry song. So, we're broken. Hint of Buckcherry, but not because it has that early 2000s, not the new metal, but I guess the 2000s hard rock kind of groove and vibe to it, which is nice. It's different, which makes it excellent, and it's not too over the top. It's not too cliche sounding, I guess you could say, or call it. Good burn. This is the beginning. Actually burn, if you find the concert footage, like I just mentioned not too long ago, find the concert footage, burn it. Fuck ton of song to listen to live. Like, it is like, damn, it's like this shit goes hard. Like, damn. Shine. I mean, come on. Like, like, you know, as I'm gonna point out, Mind Infection broken the walls, Flowers and Cages, and Shine. Perfect, and I mean perfect radio songs. Like, perfect. Like, how did you not capitalize on that? I mean, fuck. I understand the frustration that Josh Todd had when it came to the marketing for this. Because it's not bad. None of this album is bad. Like, it is so fucking good. Like, ooh. Definitely not a Buckcherry cliche-ish song by far. Lovely Bones. Afraid? My favorite, Flowers and Cages. And of course, Circles. This is another good one. Slave. Wasted. Wasted. So there you have it. Those are, and then you have the bonus tracks which you can listen to on here. If you look up the album. Um, but yeah, just having that little thing, I have to say, the production for this was fantastic. Just everything about this album is fantastic. It's a great modern hard rock album from the early 2000s to mid 2000s. Like, it wasn't your like cliche sounding shit that we were getting, where everyone wanted to sound like Linkin Park, or just so mainstream at the time. I mean, there are, I guess you could say, some songs that could have fit into the Buckcherry catalog if Josh Todd wanted to take them to Buckcherry. But I mean, like, just this album alone is phenomenal. The production, the mixing, mastering, everything. The song, I mean, Josh Todd, depending on things, can write one hell of a fucking song, man. If he, if he probably puts his mind to it and shit. And if anybody by chance wants to ever put me in touch with Josh Todd after seeing this, and if he is so inclined, I would love to possibly have a sit-down conversation with the guy somehow, some way, and talk about this album so it doesn't become forgotten history and just a thing of the past, and that it doesn't exist when it does, and it shouldn't be overlooked. It should be talked about, because in hindsight too, is this could, I guess you can say, potentially blow up even now if there's enough behind it, energy behind, um, bringing this to light. Because I mean, I got my copy. I paid for this brand new $10 Discogs, which I absolutely love. I managed to get a brand new copy. I thought I was gonna get it used. But yeah, I mean, because there could be a resurgence of this, and I mean, I'd love to talk to Josh Todd about You Made Me and to get the insights and the scoop of this album and look at it, because it's almost been 20 years since the release of this. A couple more years, it's hitting 20. And it would be cool to talk to Josh Todd about this, and if somebody could put me in touch or have Todd watch this and stuff like that, that'd be super cool. I would enjoy that so much. But if I were you, because this is not available anywhere streaming wise, although I've heard that there are some countries under the Buckcherry banner that have this listed under their stuff, which is really rare. But if anything too, is if you're so curious, if you're more than curious, go on YouTube, look it up, but go to Discogs, buy yourself a copy. I would say buy yourself a copy anyway, because this is just a phenomenal album. This is what a solo album should be. It's fantastic. It's driven. It's everything that's perfect, more or less. But I'll leave that for you guys to decide. But I do still highly recommend a bunch of the songs and stuff like that. So I'll catch you guys next time, and stuff like that. This was a special, I guess you can say, hidden gem episode, looking at You Made Me, and stuff. So have fun exploring YouTube for the album, because it's worth it. So